Welcome back to another Shadowverse Legend gameplay video. Today we are going to start off with a one pack opening because why not? We got our Heaven's Field tie-in pack today. Go ahead and open that up. But we are going to be playing Midrange Sword today. It's similar to the Midrange Sword that I uploaded for Wonderland Dreams, but has a couple upgrades and so look kind of grim there with the only bronze, and then we got a Venus. This is our second Venus. Interestingly, putting a Harvest Festival in your hand costing 0. So it's basically a Harvest Festival costing 1 more and giving a 4/5, making it playable. I did not really play in the time when Harvest Festival was good, but heard it was good. It looks like Forest, there's a Harvest Festival kind of combo-y draw type of deck, aggro, Roach, who knows. That could be something we could try in the future, but if I could find the mid-sword, here it is. So, looking at the deck, we are playing 2 Lux Solars and a Pure-Hearted Singer. I have not been too impressed with the Pure-Hearted Singer. A lot of the time I do want it as a Lux Solar, so it's possible I should trade that out. Playing the 3 Shield of Flame with 2 Wholesale Swing. 1 Ogre Hunter Momo because I do not have any Tsubakis, so this is kind of my out for large followers, except I don't really think this deck is very good against dragon-based decks in the first place. Playing 2 Albert, 3 Luminous Mage, 1 Alwaitas, 2 Roland, and 2 Front Guard General as targets for the 4 play point Lux. Not too much different. I really think, I mean, in what I've been playing against mid-sword's pretty good. Like, it has a decent matchup. I think it's probably like between 45 and 50% against like many decks, but then let's say your opponent's playing Roach or any forest, like Roach slash the new King, the elephant thing with Storm, so with Loki. So I had a game where they played a Loki into the elephant that gets +1/+1 for each card in your hand, so it became an 18/18 Storm that ignores Ward, and we basically had a Roland to stop all the damage. So Roland's gonna be able to stop Roach, Roland's gonna be able to stop D-Shift, which, I mean, I like to play D-Shift, I know a lot of people like to play D-Shift, so it's gonna be pretty popular. Hopefully we can actually find a game though, that would be pretty nice. But yeah, Roland is like just pretty good in the meta, I think, right now against the decks that I've been playing on ladder at least. And it's just, you know, mid-sword's decent against a lot of decks in general. Let us see what we can find here. There's going to be Shadow. I have not been seeing too much Shadow. Been seeing a little bit of Shadow. I really don't know what Shadow does. I don't really actually know what we're looking for. So probably Net Shadow, which I do not think Sword has a good matchup against, honestly. I wonder what cards we really want. We really want like Cock, Council of Card Knights, stuff to make a lot of followers, to make their removal annoying. I guess this hand's fine. Albert is actually a card we probably want. I don't think Nept is a very good matchup, because they have a lot of kind of sustained damage. We'll see what our opponent plays. It's a Lyrial. Doesn't really tell us much about the deck. So it's a Shield of Flame. So I don't really think we get punished for playing the Bladed Hedgehog here. But the advantage is exactly Undying Resentment if our opponent has that as their only removal. We would be dodging that. But the second Lyrial, we have a pretty nice position. Ooh, that's very, very nice. Being able to go Wholesale Swing, get a nice board position, Against Shadow, you really want to, you know, be able to go wide. We're in a pretty nice position here. Just the regular Prince Catacomb. So we have definitely a couple options here. I think I just like to play the Geno. Generally, if it's hard for me to come up with, like, you know, best option, I like to go for the option that saves the cheaper spells in my hand, because that's going to give me greater flexibility in later turns, even though next turn we're probably going to be playing a 5-drop no matter what. So if we play Geno, otherwise Lyriel is going to, you know, give us... I think we do play the Geno here. It's actually going to give us a really nice attack here with the Hedgehog. I do think we are playing against some sort of, maybe like this could even be like some sort of Ado meme, Deathly Tyrant type of deck. That did leave our Hedgehog open to Zombie Party, I guess. Opponent plays nothing, which is good for us. So Shadow can have sweepers in the form of Foul Tempest, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do play that these days. But I think it's still right to play the Council here. We'll go ahead and evolve here. So if our opponent does not heal, and we're able to keep 1 damage on the board, they're dead to Albert, which is pretty nice. Still don't really know what my opponent's playing. Probably some sort of mid-rangey Shadow deck, but most Shadow decks are pretty mid-rangey. It doesn't look like Nept at all because of the Prince Catacomb, and I guess Lyriel makes it also not Nept. But this Midrange Sword just has a lot of, you know, cool tools to interact with the opponent. I reached a score of 100, which is pretty nice. We're not going to be playing the face deck. That deck I don't actually think has been changed. I think I haven't like changed the deck. That deck has the Vagabond Frog, so it's kind of like an ambush sword deck. But of course with the Vagabond Frog nerfs, which is kind of interesting. Side Games decided to nerf the Shield of Flame and the Vagabond Frog. Like, I guess it's people are frustrated with the Shield of Flame, but very frustrated with the Vagabond Frog, which really made a lot of the deck. And the Shield of Flame, just to make sure that people, you know, didn't want to play, didn't play that deck. Ooh, we're against a rider who is Bloodcraft. Bloodcraft, honestly, is the class I've been seeing probably the least this expansion. Let's see, Blood. Yeah, I have not seen a lot of Bloodcraft. I'm still searching for, you know, a good Bloodcraft deck to play. It's probably my favorite class to play. I do like playing Sword a lot though. And our opening hand is, you know, pretty horrible. The only Blood decks I've been seeing is Vengeance Blood, which, you know, I always lose to because I'm always playing D-Shift against Vengeance Blood, which D-Shift is like the Vengeance Blood's like the one of those matchups that it is gonna be Vengeance Blood, making our whole soul swing pretty bad here. Our Geno is gonna be pretty good though, which is nice. Just drawing no cards at all. So I could not play the whole Soul Swing here. My problem is, like, when is it ever going to be good? I don't think we're ever going to have time to play it. So kind of playing it as just a way to deal a little bit of damage. In this case, the Shield of Flames that we mulliganed also would not have been good. Oh, so they play Fang Serpent these days. Certainly not what I expected. I think I just want to get the Geno out. Gotta do something. We'll go for a little bit of the value here. See what our opponent does. If they're more concentrated towards the value, or you know, going face. If they go face, we have a decent amount of punishes. Dire Bond. That's interesting. And they're just gonna trade out there. Okay. So we have an interesting option. We can play the Lux Solar or the Luminous Mage. Since we drew the Lyriel, I really like to play the Luminous Mage. Then we have another. I think it's better to evolve the Luminous Mage here, just to get a large body on the board. I don't think we're in a great position. I guess this is like a control-y type of blood deck that runs the Spiderweb Imp, which is completely viable. I actually have not tried that. It's very good against the early removal kind of spells. Bloody Mary. Okay, so this could be like a Jormungand type of deck, which I definitely have not seen yet. So it's kind of an interesting decision here. Albert is one of the cards we definitely want to see. So we could take this turn off to play Lux Solar. Or Lux. I'm just going to be calling it Lux because it's a Lux Solar Lance. But the Lux here. Because I do think we're going to be wanting Roland. And that's going to give us probably a 50% chance to roll a Roland. Or the more efficient play would just be to play the Geno here. I think I'm going to go ahead with the Geno here. We're going to push in a little bit of damage. Have a larger board. I don't think our opponent's going to... I can't off the top of my head think of a board wipe spell that deals 1 to everything that they might play. We're just going to go ahead and put up a decent sized board. See what our opponent can do. See if that goes towards the face, or it's gonna take out that. Okay, that's interesting. Not really, but so our opponent's gonna be on 12. 14 basically. Once again, we can play Lux Solar. I think the play here definitely is the Luminous Knight. Maybe Luminous Knight isn't even that good here. You definitely want, you know, Albert to be doing stuff 10 damage. I'm just scared to see like what kind of deck is our opponent playing. Like I don't really get it. I think we'll go ahead with the Luminous Mage here. So do we want to put our opponent in Vengeance? I don't really think so. I think this is fine. We're at 19. I don't think like I just don't want our opponent to, you know, go crazy. Oh, the Dire Bond. I should remember the Dire Bond. I just have not played with that card in so long, so totally forgot if it triggered or not. Opponent with the Bloody Mary. That's fine. I don't think 8 play points is going to be very good for opponent. 8 play points is very good for us. Gonna be able to slice him and dice him here. I don't want to put our opponent into Vengeance. Obviously our opponent can do some revelation type of stuff, but even without vengeance, but I think we're in a nice position here. Our opponent has no evolution points. Revelation, I mean, just a board clear. Maybe like a blood pact plus a revolution. Revelation is a possible play by our opponents, so they can cast an additional spell. Sabur. That's perfectly fine for us. So I didn't quite understand what our opponent was doing there. But we're gonna go ahead and give them the Albert 11 Saber treatment. Been doing this since Rage of Bahamut, and we will allow Lux to deal a nice 1 point of damage. Oh baby. Looking to start off this video well. Climbing up, looking towards Masters. Been stuck around this 1K mark for like, forever. Let's see what we can do, baby. One more, hopefully we can get a win. We did reach a score of 200 because the month has reset. Go ahead, click on Mid Sword. Another type of deck, if our opponent's playing like some sort of control blood deck, I don't know if Mid Sword is very good against it. It's probably pretty decent, but it's very good against what's it called? Durandal. So Roland summoning Durandal. It beats Spawn of the Abyss, so that is a thing which our opponent could be playing. Though for control bloody decks with Spawn of the Abyss, they're probably playing Emeralda, so ooh, there's Elf Song. A very powerful forest card. We're against a Grandmaster. Okay, I think I get it now. So they're probably Grandmaster. I was looking at the thing there. They're probably Grandmaster from last season, and they haven't won a past season, and they're not master anymore. They're masters now because it resets after 2 seasons, I think. Oh, this is interesting. So this is definitely like an amazing card to keep if our opponent's playing a more controlly version. If they're just playing straight out aggro, then this is worse than a 2/2. I think it's still fine. This card, I think Council of Cardinals is very good against Sword in general. I'm actually gonna try and keep this entire hand actually. Hedging against different types. Blitz Lancer I think is gonna be good against all types of Sword. And it is gonna be the aggressive kind. So we could, I don't really see a way for our opponent to really punish. Okay, that's interesting, getting some 2-drops, which is nice. Lyrial is actually really nice with the Evolve, dealing 1 point a lot of time can pick off something. So our Palace Fencer, Princess Vanguard are common cards our opponent might have. Our opponent has a 1-drop. We're gonna go with the Lyrial here. So assuming we're gonna be able to if we're able to be traded into the Vanguard, the 1 point from the Lyrial could eventually kill the Quickblader. Princess Juliet. It's a little annoying, but we're at a pretty low life total. I'm glad we kept the Council of Card Knights. Hopefully we'll be able to play it. Haven't actually played not playing Veteran Lancer in this list. I think Veteran Lancer is a possible card to play just because of the early ward. Can save 2 points of damage here or there. In this game, if our opponent only had 1-drop into 1-drop, it would have been amazing. So maybe that's a line that we can go for. That's fine. There are a couple ways we can go here. We can try and go on the aggressive ourselves. I'm fine going for Lyrial here into Lux Solar. Luminous Mage is a nice one for us. Prompt me to evolve, take this out. It's going to give us a lot of options. We basically have ways to deal with any player opponent goes for, I think. Besides like an Evolve Cyclone Blade, which still doesn't kill Lyrial, which is nice. Albert would deal 6 damage, which is a lot. But we would be able to play the Council of Card Knights, which is nice. And go ahead and just use the Bane one to trade out. Our opponent is taunting us, which is you know, always nice when the opponent taunts you, right? We'll just go ahead and trade that out. I think this has to be the better play. We do want to, you know, present a lethal board to our opponent. I think our opponent has, you know, a decent amount of ways to kill us. 2 like Juliets, so two Storm followers of 2 play points would do it here. Opponent shows us their Council of Card Knights. They're gonna go ahead and do that. We will see where they go with this. So they option to deal 2 points of damage to our face, or trade with the Blitz Lancer. We'll see what they go for. I do not think we can present lethal here. We can present lethal definitely if they go for the face, which I think would be incorrect. They should definitely trade for the Blitz Lancer. Otherwise, we have a very obvious, you know, Albert is an easy kill. There's a lot of lines. Okay, so our opponent was thinking if they should put 2 damage there, or if they should trade out the Ephemera was, I think, what our opponent was thinking about, which is probably correct. They're going to decide to go towards the face, which I do not like on our opponent's part. Let's just count out the damage here. So yeah, we do just have lethal with the Shield of Flame here. Of course, it does have the enhance ability now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. There we are. I definitely think our opponent should probably trade the Ephemera in. Maybe not the Ephemera, but should have traded something in to the 3-1. They're just so free, you know, trading 1 point of damage to us. I guess in that case it would be 2, but the Ephemera would only be 1, and getting 3 points of damage off our board. You know, we're just in we're in a really good position there. So, and we're just keep on chugging along. 101. That's really nice to see. In honor of that, we will go ahead and slap on one more game. See if we cannot get pretty lucky on camera on the recording, and see if we cannot just get into the Masters placements, record another video after this one, because you know that's what I do all the time, you know, recording sessions. When you have some time to record, go ahead and record some videos, create some content. I think I am running out of decks though, so if anyone somehow has watched all the way to the end here, I mean, not very common because people tend to not watch my videos for too long. Some videos they might. Mid-Sword I don't think is a very popular. Maybe it is though, because a lot of people have been playing Sword. A lot of them has been the Mars, commander versions of the deck, which I think is a pretty cool deck. It would cost me the vials to create the Mars though, so have not created that yet. Like I said, I'm at about let's see. Wholesale Swing is a lot better playing second, so I'm not even going to keep it. Looking for a 2-drop to play. But I would have to craft the Mars. I'm at about 16,000 vials now. So if there's a deck in that vicinity, it can let me know about that. particular if there's a pretty good blood deck. You know, I don't want to be investing too much in the memes at the beginning of this expansion. 2-drop would be nice. Of course, you do not get it. We are not in the greatest position against Forest here. I do think Aurelia is probably pretty decent against Forest. Like if it's like the fairy swarm type of like Forest. I should do like playing Grimnir here. I don't think Grimnir is going to be relevant on turn 10. So we'll just go ahead and deploy Grimnir. It plays a little more defensively. Because if your opponent just goes like Wood of Brambles, you're just in a bad situation there. Floral Fencer is a fine card. I think we are going to be playing Floral Fencer on the next turn. So our opponent on this turn, they probably have an Elf Song, which is kind of weird that they would deploy their Elf Song. I guess they do not have any other ways to produce fairies, but our opponent's not under a lot of pressure, so maybe they won't go for the double Elf into the Elf Song. Unfortunately, they do go for it. I guess it's not that bad here. We can clear their board pretty easily. I kind of do want to get the value out of the Aurelia in this game in particular. Lux Solar. What is the play here? I definitely think Shield of Flame is one of the plays. So our opponent has expended 2 of their Elf Songs, which is one of their more powerful cards. I don't think they're gonna ever have something with 5 attack. Maybe they will though, with like Ancient Elf and stuff. I think Blitz Lancer is a little more consistent in that area, being able to take out like an Ancient Elf. So they're gonna go for the Wood of Brambles, which is fine. Let's see what Aurelia says. So Aurelia gains resistance, which is not necessarily what we're looking for in this type of case. Wood of Brambles is certainly an annoying card. This is certainly not the optimal play, but I want to do this. I wish Aurelia gained, you know, a little bit of health as well. We're gonna have to, you know, get a little bit of damage in there. Wood of Brambles, very annoying. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So with an Evolve, our component can just, you know, kill. Okay, this is also a little annoying. Opponent just has, you know, so many fairies. That's the thing, like the Wood of Brambles, Elf Song, there's just so many ways for opponent to like get cards in hand, making the force deck is very good. I think my list didn't even have Elven Princess Mage, it was even more low to the ground. Just Wood of Brambles is just, what a card, man. I think I'm fine going for this. I think we probably will need some value out of the Lux Solar. So next turn I'll probably... Hopefully our opponent does not have another Wood of Brambles or an Elf Song. I do not know what else the deck would be running that'd be super powerful, but obviously the opponent has a lot of cards in hand. One towards the face, one towards the Geno. Interesting to be attacking first, maybe some sort of Ancient Elf play. But I think I do want to be playing the Lux Solar. Earth, man. Why do I keep calling it Lux Solar? The Lux on next turn with the Floral Fencer. Maybe we're just dead to a Roach or something. Okay. So what we're really hoping for here is a Council of Card Knights, I suppose. That would be a reason to keep the Young Ogre Hunter Momo, which I certainly did not keep. This Mage, Front Guard General. So we traded our whole board. We're gonna be able to get rid of the Ancient Elf. Which I do think is the correct play. We need some way to, like, you know, stem the bleeding. I definitely played that incorrectly. You know, I even talked about, you know, Ancient Elf being something pretty good. So the question is if we want to trade. Honestly, I don't think we want to trade there. It might just power up our opponent's Roach if they're playing that, but the 1 damage to the face shouldn't also not matter for us. We are not in the greatest position here, because their opponent's playing Forest, and Sword does not really have any good board clears. Sky Shard Rapper is fine. What does our opponent's play? I think we're fine to just Wholesale Swing. That kind of changes how I play a little bit. I was going to be fine just to play Albert, but if we're going to be able to get multiple bodies on the board, one of them being a Front Guard General, I'll be pretty satisfied. Next turn, if we can get some sort of stuff going on with the Luminous Mage, Lux Solar, or man, the Lux, hopefully pull a Roland, just in case our opponent, you know, is playing some sort of Roachy shenanigans. Or we can just play Albert if our opponent, you know. We definitely have a lot of options. I wouldn't say we're in a favorable position, though I don't think we're in a horrible position. Forest is definitely one of those decks I should really be counting. Ooh, Dance of Death. I actually have been seeing Dance of Death in a lot of these lists. Just like aggro Forest lists, which is why I'm also running some in my list. Nature's Guidance. So let's look at the cards in our opponent's hand. Ooh, Council of Card Knights, wow. Okay, I think that certainly has changed a lot of things. So if we look at the cards in our opponent's hand, if they get to play 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, and then deploy a Roach, that'd be 5, 6, 7. We may or may not be dead, because any of these cards could be like a Wood of Brambles counting for additional spells, or Elf Song. But this was certainly the card we've been wanting to draw for a while. We'll go ahead and trade in here. Put out a large follower there with the Luminous Mage. And we are in a pretty decent position. Scouting on our opponent's deck, probably being some sort of Roach, with just having a ward there is pretty nice. Though, you know, something like Sylvan Justices are very good. Fairy Beast. So now I'm just all the way confused at what kind of deck our opponent's playing. Seems to be probably combo-y though, for sure. Don't think we have lethal. Maybe we do though. So 1, 2. Oh, let's see. This can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From here with the evolve, or 1, 2. She pumps herself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, that does look like lethal to me. Or, no, I'm just crazy. Because I totally forgot that Albert himself needs to evolve. I thought I could evolve Luminous Mage and Albert at the same time for some reason. But this would be actually 18 only. But I still think Albert is the correct play here. We are left a little exposed here and in pretty much a pretty bad shape if our opponent can somehow remove our whole board. Like, you know, a Bahamut for some reason. Could see ourselves just dying here to some sort of Roach play. So Roaches initially have 1. So something like getting 4 spells into a Roach would be for 5 damage, into another Roach would be, yeah, the 6th damage. So our opponent's gonna go ahead and gain a lot of life there. Now if we're allowed to hit our opponent and they don't remove anything this turn, it will be lethal. We will be able to evolve the Luminous Knight. Fairy, which is a card we kind of want to see. 0 cost Fairy is a card we kind of want to see. 0 cost Fairy. Something like a Mahi's maybe. Rhinoceros Roach. So opponent did have some sort of Rhinoceros Roach deck. Council of Card Knights again. Go like this. This. Push the damage towards the face. Do a little bit of that. Makes us our opponent's gonna have to deal with the Albert. Though I think the 1 damage towards the face would have been the correct play. So basically if we put our opponent down to 9, they somehow, you know, Dance of Death the Albert, gonna be able to play Lux Solar. Actually, never mind. So I was gonna say, if we could play Lux Solar, get the Luminous Knight on the battlefield to evolve. We're gonna go and get 36. The trials are going to begin, but certainly not in this video. And I've actually never met the trials before for into Masters. This is my first time getting a little bit of success at the beginning of the expansion. So I may or may not come up with a new type of deck to play. Let's go check out the missions just because. Maybe open up a pack at the end of the video because, you know, people love opening up packs. But I may or may not be bringing a new deck to the next edition of gameplay videos because, of course, the trials begins and I think it's 3 out of 4 or 3 out of 5, something like that for trials. I do not remember. It's been a very, very long time. I've been like in the AA rank forever, it seems. We'll go ahead and individually claim those. We're at 100 rupees. We're gonna go ahead to the shop. We'll see. And open up a pack or 2. Hopefully, open up a pack. See if we're lucky. Maybe push us towards playing one of the decks, a new deck for the next video. But I may just stick with the mid sword or the aggro force. Been working out pretty well for me compared to any other decks I've tried. And we're just gonna get a bunch of silvers, which is, you know, it's okay. But trying to get some more of those golds and legendaries. But I hope everyone has enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did, rate, comment, subscribe. See you later.